This is it, y'all. This is the end of the... Hey, flower friends. Welcome to the Gardener's Workshop live Cyber Monday holiday. Just having a great celebration here. How about this? Literally the last harvest from my garden. I went out and just literally gathered this up in my hand, and then we got down into the 20s and they're all pretty much over now. Let me put those down. So welcome, flower friends. You know, the show is all about great deals and, you know, some holiday cheer and to kind of get you in the mode. And I was just talking to Suzanne about, you know, this whole show is just full of all of the stuff that we love, because you know that we only sell the items that we actually use here on the farm. And so all of the things that we offer are problem solving, helpful, and that just not only makes you want them, but they are incredible gifts to share with other people. So in today's show, we're sharing those favorite gifts. We have some awesome stocking stuffers for flower gardeners and even just those that own a home, right? And we have a really special Cyber Monday deal to sweeten it even more for you. And we also have some ideas on things you can do now for planning ahead, getting ready for the season, which is coming already fast, y'all. I just counted. It's only 5 weeks. And then we're going to do, of course, our drawing for a free giveaway. And I do, at the end of the show, a little live Q&A. So if you have a question you'd like for me to try to answer, just put @Lisa in the comments and then type out your question, and the team will gather those up and I will do my best to answer some of those. So before we jump into the show, we have so many new people every single week. And I know that's because you guys share the word about this, and we appreciate it. And you know, down at the bottom of your screen, if you're in the app, actually I opened my phone every single week. Let me mute my phone. Right down here at the bottom is where the share button is. And when you do that, you can invite your friends to come over and join us. And we appreciate so much when you do that. Now, when you go to do place an order, just want you to check 2 things while you're in that process. And that is to make sure that your email and your phone number are accurate. We have lots of typos that happen, and we just want you to be sure to check that. Now, if you have just come upon us on social media, I am so glad you're here. But what you need to know is that we have a free phone app, and it just heightens your experience, right? And that means you can participate in the giveaway, in participating in the comments that are going on right now with the other live viewers amongst themselves, as well as you can submit questions for the Q&A. You can build favorites list, you can watch replays, and you can shop 24/7 also in there. Now, something else that's in the app is, and it's only available in our app, it is not available on our website, is we offer some special shipping rates here inside the app. First off, if you order seed packets only for an order, the shipping is free. It's on us. We pay for it. And we love doing that. And so seed packet only orders ship for free here in the app only. Product shipping has a cap of $11.95. That means it doesn't matter if you buy 1 or 10 products. It's $11.95 shipping. And again, that is only available here inside the app. We do ship to all 50 of the United States, and these special shipping rates are only here inside of our app, and they're not valid on our website orders. So we also, if you go to put products in your cart and it says out of stock, get notified, I would hit that little get notified button, because that simply means that currently sometimes the team is actually running over to our website to grab more stock to bring it here inside the app, and then you'll just get a little notification. And so don't be afraid to do that. It's no commitment. And also, if you're seeing people post the sunflower emoji, those are the TGW family. And who is that? Those are our online course students, as well as the members of my private flower farmer club. And we just love it when they throw those love balls to us. And we just love when that happens. So thank you guys for that. Now,
can you tell people what the name of the app is?
Oh, the name of the app is Gardener's
Workshop, yeah.
The Gardener's Workshop Shop. Because when you go to your phone's app store and search Gardener's Workshop, 2 apps come up. We have a Learn app and a Shop app. They're both free, and we'd love for you to have both of them. But the Shop app is the one that I'm in right now. Yes, thank you, Kelly. All right, so the deal of the day is pretty dadgum big, y'all, because our entire in-stock merchandise here, is that true? Everything inside the app, Kelly? That is true. Everything inside the app is 20% off on all the in-stock merchandise, and the added sweet spot here on Cyber Monday is when you spend $75 or more in products, you get an additional $10 off when you use this coupon code. So to get the coupon, $10 off a $75 product order or more, you have to use Thankful10. And there looks like, is there a space between No spaces, y'all. Thankful10, that if you spend over $75 on product, you get an additional $10 off after already getting the 20% off, which you don't need a coupon code for. How's that for a mouthful, right? So this offer cannot be combined with other offers, and both of them, the 20% off on everything, pretty much, and the $10 additional off for $75 orders or more, all expire tonight at midnight. And that is 12 midnight Eastern time. And here's the other thing you need to know. This is the same over on our big website, because you know there's stuff in here that's not over there, and there's stuff over there that's not in here for all kinds of reasons. So be sure you check out both, right? Now, we are again doing our $25 in-app credit giveaway, y'all. To actually do that, just hit that button right now, and that will put you on a wait list. And we just use that wait list at the end of the show to pull from for one lucky in-app viewer to get the $25 store credit. How awesome is that? 20% off, $10 or more off if you have $75 in product or more, and then you would apply this. All right, now, so you can fill your cart in the app, and you can also, at the same time, fill up a TGW tote, y'all. So this is on special for $12.97. Totally love this. Is a heavy-duty canvas bag. Really love it. My laptop, my lunchbox, all fits in here. You can see it's got our beautiful logo on it. It is $12.97, and it's the best gift bag in town, y'all. And then you can fill it up. I think a great gift to go in here is books and gloves and some seeds. Who wouldn't love to get the tote bag? And that's $12.97. Now, you know, we always talk about my books out of the gate, because this is where it really all starts, right? If you want to grow a cut flower garden, whether you're a beginner or a seasoned grower, this little book will help you for home gardeners up to flower farmers. It's a powerful resource tool, y'all. I reference it all the time. It features over 66 different cut flower varieties, and when you purchase the book from us, it comes with a bonus of a link to the PDF of the 6 flowers that we didn't have room for them in the book. And it's the same format, so you actually get the 66 flowers plus 6 more, 5 of which are 5 more cool flowers, y'all. So you get all this, and I'd love to sign one for you. So that is the Cut Flower Handbook. Now this book, Vegetables Love Flowers, which, you know, it's not about vegetables, y'all. It's about why vegetables love growing in the presence of flowers. And it's for the great company that flowers keep, from pollinators and beneficial insects and birds and just all kinds of good guys, right? So Vegetables Love Flowers is a really great get-started book to drop a little cutting garden right inside your veggie patch. It includes illustrations and how to plan, you know, build and make up your little cutting garden to go in a veggie patch. And it really, a big part of this is my natural gardening philosophy. It has 3-season illustrations, and this book also comes with a video book study of just kind of the behind the scenes of putting this book all together. So Vegetables Love Flowers would love, this is great starter for anybody that's trying to convince a vegetable grower that they need to make room for a few flowers in their veggie patch, right? All right, then of course we have the book that started it all. So this is Cool Flowers, and this explains the concept of how to grow cool season hardy annuals no matter where you are. It teaches you how to apply it to your conditions and frost dates and so forth. So this little book also comes with a video book study, and I would love to sign one for you. It was actually, this book was written for home gardeners, but it's easily applicable to flower farmers, and it just is got everything I know packed into this little teeny book. So you can get all three of these, right, Kelly? Is this where we do it? So you can really get, this is pretty amazing, y'all. You can get all three of these books on sale till midnight tonight for $63.16, plus all those bonuses that each one comes with, right? And they're also on sale individually, but that is just a really great deal. Then we also put together another set, and I will suggest to you, so this is the Cut Flower Handbook, but this is also the Cut Flower Seed Collection. These are the 6 workhorse seeds. This little seed collection has a suggested diagram. It's got some additional information on the inside, and this truly sets somebody up to start their first warm season cutting garden come spring, and they'll have this book to read all season, look at the beautiful pictures over the winter, and be set and ready to go. This collection, y'all, $43.28. And I am not being drama queen here. You can change somebody's life with this. It can show them how easy it is to grow a cutting garden, and that changes everything for people, especially if they are just flower lovers but they aren't growing a garden. So there's this. Then we also have the same type of situation with the Cool Flower book. We have a seed collection of cool season hardy annuals for a little cutting garden. These little gardens are only 3 foot by 10 foot, so manageable for pretty much everybody, right? They're individually packaged. They have some additional instructions. You get the book and the seed collection for $37.93. What a deal. But all of this is available separately. But this is just a great gift, and I would suggest that you drop a pair of our gloves in there, and then they would really, really be set. And I guess my hat's next. What do you think, y'all? So this is the best hat ever. I live in this hat. You've probably seen lots of pictures of me in this hat. This is the Pith helmet. It is the best hat for keeping you cool and dry. So this is what we love about it. It actually has an adjustable Velcro strap inside. I have a big head, y'all. Yeah, that wasn't funny, sister. And it's just, I had so many other hats that just did not fit my head properly. This guy fits it perfectly. It keeps the rain off of my glasses. It doesn't warp when it's in the rain. That band keeps the hat a little off of my head so air circulates. Why do you think mailmen and people on safaris wear them, y'all? It's true. So, it's $43.96, and it's the hat of a lifetime, and I think we should really start a trend, and it fits most size heads, but we love it, and it's even got a little sweatband in the front. So this is the Pith helmet hat. All right, sister, this is, your turn is up.
Hi guys, happy Cyber Monday, and I'm going to tell you about some of our favorite tools, and you'll know that all the tools we sell are our favorites. We don't sell a ton of tools, we only sell the few that we use and love. So next up we have our tool belt. This is a fabulous little canvas kind of tool belt. It's not that hot. If you wear something leather, it gets really hot out. If the temperatures are high, you can really feel awful in them. This is nice and lightweight, has a place for your phone, your bottle of water, your shears, any tools you might have, and it has an adjustable belt. It goes from 28 to 44 inches, and we put it on and then we push it around to the back so that we can bend over without it, keeping us from bending in the front. So very useful. It's only $18.36 on sale, And this is the perfect gift for anyone that works out in the yard or in the garden, and they're gonna love it. Next we have our shear and pouch set. I have mine on my hip as usual, and this is what it looks like. This is an aged one. First we have our shear. It has this wonderful spring. You can tell these have been used. We have used these for years, but the spring and the small grip just makes it easier. As we got older, our hand grip wasn't quite as good to use the big Felcos. And these are bonsai shears. We cut big sunflowers with these, small woodies with these, and I'll show you, I was just out cutting some woodies for later in the show, and they just cut right through it like it's nothing. This is what it looks like new, and then this is what the pouch looks like when it's new. The important thing about the pouch is that it has a clip, so you don't have to wear a belt. I just clip it to the pocket on my pants, and it just is nice and comfortable there, easy to get to, and you won't lose your shears. We have often laid ours down out in the garden before we had pouches, and you would lose them forever. So this makes sure you know where it's going to be. So the shear and pouch kit is on sale for $46.29, and it will make anyone happy, even home gardeners. I love to prune back bushes with this, and it's just a great investment in somebody. All right, next we have our Hori Hori. This is our Hori Hori. It's a digging tool. I call it my rock harvester, and you can see we've actually been using this one. It's serrated on the edge, and the blade goes way down into the handle, so this is meant for prying rocks out of your yard or your garden, and you can use it to split perennials. We've had a little old lady buy it to put on her bedside for protection. This is a really heavy-duty tool. Men love these. They love the sheath. You can put it on your belt if you wanted to.
2-inch blocks?
Yeah, 2-inch blocks. It's perfect. We just did a video. You stick this in the ground, you pull it back, and your 2-inch block, soil block, will fit perfectly in that hole. So it's just a multi-use forever tool, and whoever receives this is going to love it. Next we have our sod and harvest knife. Let's see, is this the set?
Yep.
This is the set. So these are our sod knives. I tell you, I use this for so many things out in just my yard, not to mention the garden. It's serrated, it's really sharp, kind of that Ginsu kind of thing. I mean, it's really sharp. I open bags of compost, bags of mulch, anything like that, it rips right through it. We use it to get twine off the tiller and off the tractor. Also use this to harvest greens, lettuces, and things like that. It makes very quick work of that. There's just a million different uses. This is the 2.5 inch. And then its big brother is the 4.5 inch, and you get both of these for $15.16. Wow. And I would be buying lots of these, and you can make 2 gifts out of $15.16.
I mean, almost everybody can find a use for that.
It is perfect. I mean, there's just so many things you can do with this, and it's a nice tool that's going to last you a long time. Speaking of great tools, and I don't think I brought this up yet, what I love to do is to get a big basket and to get all of these great tools, the gloves and things included, and put them in the basket. And when you have people over for Christmas, you pass the basket around and let them pick out what they want, and everybody's happy, right? So next we have our hand hose. These are our Japanese hand hoe. It comes in a right hand and a left hand. Kelly's doing our show today, and we got this because Kelly is left-handed. This is really sharp. And the way we use this is it lays flat on the ground. You sink it down about 1 inch, 1.5 inches under the soil, and you just pull it through like this, and it knocks out all of those weeds. And you really want to go out there in your yard and do that now, because all of the weeds that are living right now are going to live through the winter, and they're going to be big and healthy come spring. So kill them now. So you just pull this through, and it kills all of those weeds, and you're not going to be bringing up a bunch of fresh soil, because you know what is in every little scoop of fresh soil are weed seeds. So if you do this and pile up a bunch of soil, you're just planting new weed seeds. So when you do this, after you've done this a few weeks, guess what? All of the seeds in that top inch of soil have germinated, and you already taken them out, and there's no more weed seeds in there. And we always recommend putting some kind of mulch or something whenever you weed, Be sure to use mulch, that'll help you immensely. This is also great for big weeds. You can whack that sucker this way. And this also works great to draw a trough to plant seeds in. So it's a multi-use tool. We all love carrying them around on the farm, and they make easy work. $23.96 on sale. Everybody that has a yard is going to want one of these, and that's a deal. And these are
the original tool, right?
Yep,
We've
forever
years.
tool you'll have. Now this is my favorite that I take out in the yard most. This is the trach, and I love it because it extends my arm this far, and I go out when I'm planting my pansies. I just planted this time of year. You can rake back the leaves and the mulch, and then you can dig your hole to plant your plant in with this end. It does have the measurements on here in case you're planting bulbs or something you want to know the depth of, but it's just a heavy duty, and it is only $27.96. And again, this is a forever tool that is going to last forever, and whoever receives this as a gift is going to love you. All right, next we have our bloom saver. This is what we call our little harvester, and this is just the best thing if you like to cut flowers out of your own garden, or if you like going to the farmer's market to pick up a bouquet, or some retail location where you pick up a bouquet, because this will not tilt in your car. We usually recommend you put water in all three sides so that it stabilizes it, and when you go around a corner it won't flip in your car like most regular flat containers will. Bloom Saver's on sale for $49.56. And one of the things our garden club ladies used to do, because all of them had one of these, they would take puffy paint and decorate it or put their name on it. So you can have a lot of fun with that too. But this is a great gift for anyone who loves flowers, and it works perfect to take out to the garden because the container is small, so it can do small things, but it can also hold the really tall things. It's just very versatile, and again, it's a forever kind of a thing you keep and never get rid of. Now, next we have stocking stuffers. Everybody knows, if you've ever seen us before, that we all live in these gloves. We love our Atlas lightweight gloves. This is the nitrile coating that's very, very sticky. You can do very fine things with this, like sow seeds, pull weeds, anything. It's very protective of your hands. And this is a medium. They're kind of unisex size. This comes from extra small up to large. I wear an extra large women's glove, and I wear a medium in these. So most women wear a medium or small. Petite woman or a child would wear an extra small, and they go up to large. They come in assorted colors, and we'll choose that for you. But one pair is only $7.16, or you can get a 4-pack for $25.56. And again, get multiple sizes, throw them in your basket, and pass them around at Christmas and let everybody pick out their gift. These are just the perfect gift. You'll love them. Throw them in the wash machine, hang them up to dry, or I just wash them while they're still on my hands and then hang them up to dry. It's a perfect gift. They last a really long time. So next we have the Tough gloves. These are the heavyweight gloves, and they are sized the same. I have a large woman hand, and I wear a medium. These come from size small to extra large, so if you have a big guy, the extra large is what's going to work for him. It has a double dipping of the nitrile coating on the palms, so it will be great for heavy work like with moving wood or concrete, anything like that. Mechanics wear them, the FedEx drivers wear them. They're just hold up, and you'll love them. Just throw them in the washer, hang them up to dry, or wash them while they're on their hands. One pair is $7.16, or you get a 4-pack for $25.56. What a great gift idea, and you always want to have an extra one on hand, because if your dog comes by and carries one away, you will be very sad if you don't have another one on hand. So while we're into gloves, these are our gauntlet gloves. These are a man-made material, so these are also washable. You could throw them in the washer on gentle, or just wash them on your hands. Very heavy-duty padding here to wrangle any rascal you have in the garden, whether it be brambles, roses, birds. We have rescued birds in these, or any little rascal that might get your hand. So the gauntlets, again, are unisex sized. I wear an extra large woman's glove, and this is a medium. And it's great for poison ivy because you can just throw them in the wash machine when you're done and hang them up to dry. So $36.96, again, something that every household should have and that you're going to hold on to forever. All right, so first we have the mini dibber. This is the little dibber. We just love this for planting small bulbs, but also for planting soil blocks. It just makes a small hole, and you want to make the hole as small as possible because you're exposing weed seeds to grow when you make a big hole. So the smaller the hole, the better, and this makes a little teeny hole, and it's just the cutest thing. What a great stocking stuffer, $6.36. And then we have his big brother, the Big Dibber. And the Big Dibber is, of course, larger, and it has the inch marks if you're going to be planting bulbs and you needed a certain depth. This is great for soil blocks or for bulbs, and it's $11.96. Excuse me. So both of these are great stocking stuffers. Next, we have the Bobo Weeder, also great for planting soil blocks. Bobo takes this and just pokes a hole through the Bio 360, our film we put down on top of our beds. And it makes a small enough hole for our little soil blockers. $7.16. Of course, you can also use this for dandelions if you wish. It has a long rod that goes deep into the handle. So again, this is a forever tool that someone is going to have for a long time. All right, next up we have our waterproof garden marker. Can you get me something over there that has writing on it over there? Excuse me. This is our heavy-duty garden marker. This is the marker that works like you always thought a Sharpie would work, but Sharpies don't. Sharpies wear off. This was outside for almost a year, the Royal Mix, when we used to do grow bulbs.
No, that's sweet peas.
Lilies. Oh, is this sweet peas? Oh,
Royal
Mix. It sure is. So this is a sweet pea tag that was out for over a year, and you can still read it clearly. And this will write on wood, on glass, on plastic, or anything.
Masking tape.
Masking tape, and we use this to mark all of our plants.
I don't know about glass.
I think it'll write on glass too. It's
but it's made for outside.
It's made
so
for
it does
outside,
a great job.
right?
Yeah,
so it
it's
just
awesome.
doesn't wear off, and it's $5.56 on sale. Here, can you do this a minute?
Yeah. What, John, I'm telling y'all, you cannot have enough of these around to be using. All right, so next up is our tick key. And, you know, you might not be thinking ticks now that it's cold outside. We live in tick country, and so we're always thinking ticks. This is called the tick key because it's got a hole. It's metal. It's got a hole in it so it can go on your keychain so you always know where it is. You slide this over the little tick and slide this up, and it just pulls him out. It shows you exactly how to do it on the back. It truly works. School nurses, doctor's offices use these. It makes it really easy. I mean, especially people that have wiggly men, kids, horses, dogs, cats. It just makes it quick and easy. $8.76. This is really a great one to drop in somebody's stocking. So this is one of Suzanne's favorite little things. This is the little baby scoop. We call it the tiny scoop. It holds 1 cup. And it's actually made to scoop bird seed and to pour it in those long, skinny ones. But I think you'll find a lot of other uses for it. I like pouring stuff into container gardens. When you're trying to control the pour is what it boils down to, right? So this little scoop, which would be absolutely perfect in stocking, is $6.36. This comes from the UK. It lists it as a pet and garden scoop. So this is another great one for even dog food. All right, so the weather stick. If you have anybody in your family you just don't know what to get for them, they have everything, this is definitely the item for you to get. This is a weather stick, and if you've never heard about this guy before, this is made out of balsam wood up in Maine. Y'all can see that, see how long it is. So it's it's got a little hole, so you mount it on a post outdoors and view it from the side. So like you want to be able to walk to your window and look at it and see it this way. Honestly, when it's going to rain, and it's kind of down now, we are getting rain tomorrow. When rain is coming and it's imminent, this is going to bend all the way down. When it's really dry outside, no rain, it bends up here. And it truly works, y'all. I can tell you we have sold thousands of these things. People absolutely love them. and it is $8.76. So this is the gift for the person that has absolutely everything. All right, so now we're gonna look at thinking about getting the garden started because, you know, I don't know if I mentioned it earlier, I counted. I have 5 weeks until I starting seeds again, right? And so I start the season off with eucalyptus, and I'm going to show you how I sow those. But first, I want to show you the Soil Block Maker Kit. This is the #1 product we have sold since 2005. So this kit comes with a bag of the ready-made mix that you can sift and go. It's all mixed together. You get the Seed Starting Made Easy course that I take you through the whole process, starting them, growing them up, hardening them off, and getting them out in the garden. And that is yours for lifetime. You have lifetime unlimited access to that online course. And then you get your choice of either 3 warm season or 3 cool season. It is upside down. Or 3 cool season seeds. You make that selection when you're checking out. It comes with the small blocker. We import these from England. And then it also comes with 5 of these trays, which are flat bottom, no drainage holes, which makes it a tabletop method, meaning you can do it anywhere inside your home. It has the seed pan, which you're about to see me use, a toothpick, I'll show you how I use that, and the little plant markers. You get all of this. Now, keep in mind that the regular price for this kit is already discounted because we made it into a kit. But now it is 20% off. It is $71.90 to get somebody started, seed starting, or soil blocking for seed starting. This has everything you need to get started. And now I want to show you how where are my boxes? Here we go. How I sow eucalyptus seeds. Eucalyptus, I picked that because it's the very first thing that I will start in January. All right, so I've got my little seed pan. This is aluminum, and what that means, or what's significant about that, is there's no static electricity. That's what keeps the toothpick or the seed from jumping onto your toothpick. And I'm just going to do a couple of these here. And they're kind of tiny. So first off, we read the directions on the seed packet, and it says, do not cover seeds with soil. So that's many of the seeds that I sow. So I just moisten the end of this toothpick with a little saliva. And I don't know if you can see it or not, but on the end of my toothpick is that tiny little seed that literally hopped right on my toothpick because there was no static electricity, and I just wiped it on. The point is to firmly seat the seed on the surface. That just means you're pushing it and making good contact. And then I'm wiping to make sure it comes off. And you see how quick and easy that goes when you have a static-free, non-plastic container. There you go. That is how I sow eucalyptus seeds. They need to be sown on the surface. So the next thing I will do is the normal seed starting process, which I'm getting ready to show you right now. So in the Soil Block Maker kit that you just saw has everything you need to make the soil blocks, right? Now, how do you support that stuff, right? So that's this stuff, right, sister? So,
sale price? How great the sale price?
yes, and that Soil Block Maker kit is $71.90, y'all. What a great get started soil blocking. Now, if you want the rest of the story, meaning everything you need to support those seedlings indoors, then to get them outdoors and hardening them off, and then getting them out into the garden and supporting them along the way, this is the rest of the story, and it's the expansion kit. And this is really a deal for 2 reasons. First off, it's already, again, a kit that is discounted, which all kits, you know, are like 5 or 10% off or something. It's now on sale for $159.48, and let me just show you all the things that are in it. But I want to say this, and I'll say it again. But also, this is one of the items that, in fact, cost more than $11.95 to ship. And that means when you only pay $11.95 over here in the app only, this does not happen on the big website, You don't pay additional shipping. So this includes your tabletop grow light. This is 24 inches by 12. It'll support like 160 little seedlings. This includes the burlap wide weave, a 36-inch square piece of wide weave burlap that I actually use to lay on my blocks to trap moisture but allow air to circulate. It also includes, definitely a must, a seedling heat mat. It has a built-in thermostat that will warm your soil to get your seeds to sprout. It also includes the lightweight row cover, and the row cover is, I believe it's 6.5 by 20 feet, isn't it? It's a 6.5 by 20 foot piece of the lightweight row cover. And isn't there more? Oh, here we go. And it also includes the fungus gnat fighting kit. If you ever started seeds inside, you know you got to prevent them. You put the bits in your water can once a week. I do it on Wednesdays. And then lay the yellow sticky traps around to capture the adults. That is included. And also the Neptune's Harvest Seaweed Fish Fertilizer. This is what I feed my seedlings once a week. And you can also use it out in the garden as a soil drench or as a foliar feed. So this everything? Mm-hmm. All right, so you get all of this, folks, the rest of the story for $159.48. And again, the shipping is only $11.95. And that is just a great way to get somebody started, actually seed starting. All right, so up next is our soil set. So the soil set has everything you need in it to really just get started at home with making your own soil with your compost and your peat moss or cocoa fiber. So this set includes a bag of our nutrient mix. This is a 50-50 mix of green sand and rock phosphate. It's powder, y'all. That's what makes it so great for starting seeds and soil blocking especially. So you get a bag, a 3-pound bag of nutrient that makes 12 recipes. You get that fungus gnat fighting kit, which has the bits for your watering can and the sticky traps to trap adults. It also includes a aluminum seed pan and some of our toothpick holder and toothpicks. But here's the cream of the crop, y'all. It includes this sifter, which fits perfectly on a 5-gallon bucket. And that makes it a no mess deal. Love doing this outdoors on a table on cool days. It's kind of dusty. You don't want to do it indoors. And we sift everything. There you go. Suzanne shows, you can see some chunks in there. And then down here in the can is the good stuff. And so we recommend sifting our ready-made mix, any ready-made mix, compost, peat moss, and cocoa fiber. Chunks are good stuff to have in soil. That's where the microbes are. However, when you're using it for seed starting, you want to get the chunks out. So you get all of this for $55.29. And again, it is already discounted being in a kit, and that is the soil set. Now remember, here's the deal of the day that's going on. 20% off all in-stock merchandise. That is true here in the app and over on our website, right? Plus, on Cyber Monday, when you purchase $75 or more in products, if you use this coupon code, you get $10 off in addition to the 20%. Thankful 10. So that's for $75 or more of product sales. Use the coupon code to get another $10 off. That is really a great deal. There are some exclusions. That doesn't work on pre-orders, courses, club memberships, gift certificates, or prior purchases. And it cannot be combined with other orders. And all of this...
Other offers.
What did I say? I'm sorry. Other offers. Sorry, y'all. And all of this expires tonight, all the specials, at 12 midnight. So sale and more items are also available over on our website. So don't forget about that. If you don't see something over here or if it runs out of stock, you can go over there and get it maybe. All right, my friends. So you want to... This is the best little vegetable planter everywhere. This is $5.56, y'all. If you have anybody in your life that is growing veggies, they will absolutely love this. This includes like 22 different vegetables. You move the red line, it's a slide rule, move it to your frost date, and it tells you when to start the seeds, when to set them out, and when is the last time you can set them out. It has spring on one side, fall on the other, and this baby is packed with information. Now, something I have been using a lot of lately is this flexi tie garden string. I actually use this to make wreaths here you go. So I've been making these rooster pepper wreaths, and I use these grapevine wreaths, but see the flexi tie in use, you can barely see it. So, because I'm not a crafter, y'all, at all. And it just makes for easy work. You can use it for tying up plants on to steaks, vegetables, that kind of thing. It's UV and frost resistant. This is another item we import from the UK. It is reusable and recyclable. It's 196 feet long. And it holds a knot, y'all. That's the most amazing part of this. You can tie a square knot and it holds it. It's $19.16, and now is the time to get this for next year's use because you will love this stuff. We absolutely love it. Now, this is another type of tie. This has foam coating on it. It has a wire in it, so you can like mold this any way you want to. You can cut these in like 6-inch pieces and just kind of cut them uniform and use them to hold vines going up or tomatoes or whatever, and then just gather them up at the end of the season. So this is really great for tomato plants. It's weather resistant. It's $12.76 and it's 32 feet long. Now, sister, do we love this thing or what?
Yes.
Notice it's dirty. It's because I keep stealing the one here to use out in the garden when I can't find mine. This is our super cushy kneeler. Are y'all ready? Look how thick this booger is. 2 inches. It is 15 by 20. It is made in the USA, and it is super handy. Love this so much. It only weighs about 20 ounces. It is on sale for the 20% off for $34.36. My man uses his to work on his Harley when he's down on concrete. So very, very useful. We absolutely love this. I actually gave these to the whole team last year or the year before, and we just really, really love them. Now, friends, you're in for a treat. Susie Q is going to be doing the Bouquet Studio with forage stuff from out in your yard.
All right, I'm back. Sorry, there's a throat lounger in my mouth. Hopefully I don't lose my voice. All right, so first I'm going to show you, let me get a box back out here. First I'm going to show you our stay put candle grips because we're getting ready to arrange in this candle. But I have this little grip here. This is where it comes. There's 8 in a pack. And this little guy is a piece of foam. It's kind of got some grippy stuff on it here. And you just simply lay it on top of where your candle is going to go, and then you push your candle in, and just like a blizzard, you can turn it upside down. It doesn't fall out. It stays exactly where you put it. If you have a big candle, put like 3 or 4 around the edge and then push it down. It'll just hold it perfectly in place the way that you want it. The Stay Put candle grips are 8 packs. They're reusable, and they're $7.16 on sale today. So now I'm going to show you one of our favorite things. You've seen us use this before, and that is our little candle vases. There's 2 little vases in here. Here's mine. I have a little water. You just slide it over your candle, and it turns a simple candle into a little flower arrangement. And we've done many things. Let me get my gloves on because today I have holly, and we know how sticky they are. I'm going to get
So this is another made in USA, right?
Yes, this is made in the USA.
Woman-owned business.
Yep. And I just went out and cut some of Lisa's holly. And this is super simple. And the only recommendation I have is that you cut the pieces a little longer than you think and put them in at an angle. If you just stick them straight down, they tend to flop out. So I'm just going to cut some of these.
Trash can.
Yeah. I'm going to cut some of these and show you what I'm talking about. Now I'm going to peel off a little bit so that I have a good stem to go down inside the hole. Thank you, sister. Compost bin. And then you just stick these in at an angle. I actually cut that one a little bit too short. And then I also got some that just had foliage on it so that I could go in between and just put some of the foliage in. So cut it longer than you think. And this will work with holly or anything you have growing in your yard, any season, whatever's out there, you can put in this cute little candle vase, and it just turns your candle into a beautiful arrangement in
Violas
no time.
in
Yes.
the spring. I mean, when the kids bring in the little white Dutch clovers that are pretty puny looking by themselves, in here, they just change everything.
And also wax myrtle. Lisa brought me some wax myrtle this morning. Let me get a piece.
Look how this backdrop is beautiful. Did y'all can't see this. See this right here? This is my childhood stocking. My mom made it, and anyway, we decided that we would hang that up here this year. It's kind of the nostalgia year.
So wax myrtle is just a native
Shrub.
It doesn't look like a regular crepe myrtle. And it has Kelly and I were noticing when Lisa brought this in earlier, it has a very pleasant fragrance to it. But that's also great to put in these little arrangements. Just go and find whatever's in your yard and bring it in and stick it in there. In spring, little violas and things that are just popping up in your yard are great. But see how it just turned this little candle into the perfect little centerpiece for your table.
And how quick is that?
Super simple. This is a great girlfriend gift or a hostess gift, and it's 2 of these rings for $12.76. So again, a perfect thing to have all the time, to have on hand. And this is a real candle, but I'll tell y'all a secret. I just went on Amazon, that was an ad, and they now have the candles that have, you know, the battery operated ones, but they look so realistic now. The flames are getting more and more realistic every year. And I found some that, according to the video, looks really, really real. And I ordered some, so I'll keep you updated if they come the way they're supposed to be.
We'll see when a future
That's right.
demonstration.
Exactly. So the candle vase, $12.76, perfect gift, and we just love it. All right, what is next? The Easy Arranger. Can you grab one that's in the bottom down there? Grab the demo. So the Easy Arranger, first up we have the 3-pack. So this is the Easy Arranger, and it's perfect. No, the vase. It's perfect gift. You can get the 1-pack, which is $17.20, and then you can separate them and put them each into one of these little gift bags that you get. Yeah, you can get these anywhere. And this is the way it works. So it's flat, and you get it, and you just fold it down over the edge of your flowers. And I'm just gonna take one of these that I already had. I'm gonna have to cut off some of the berries, but this isn't gonna go all the way in, but it just holds the flower or your greenery exactly where you wanna put it. So you can take a small amount of flowers and make them look bigger because they're gonna stand up and not just fall over. So the 3-pack is $17.20. And again, you can get the 3-pack and then get some of these little gift bags and separate it into 3 and have 3 little gifts, girlfriend gifts, hostess gifts. They're just the best. And they just last and last. We reuse them over and over again. All right, the next one is the mason jar lid.
I don't have a jar, sister.
Okay, we're jarless right now. But this fits on a standard mouth mason jar, and that would be the regular small one, or they make bigger ones as long as it has the standard mouth. And this just screws on top, and the same thing. It just fits right through, and when it's in the jar, it holds it right into place. The mason jar lid is just a very popular little gift for your girlfriend as well. One is $7.16. You can get a 2-pack for $12.40 or a 3-pack for $17.20, and it really makes that mason jar flower look a little easier to get when you have something holding the flowers up. All right, next we have the vase brush. Now the vase brush, we have sold these at shows for years, and people will be walking down the aisle, they'll look at that and they'll think for a second, you can see the light bulb go off, and they're thinking of that one thing at home that they do not know how to clean. We use this for hummingbird feeders. We use this for humidifiers. We use it to clean the irrigation filters on the farm.
C-packs.
C-packs. But we can also use it to clean our vase. And it's flexible. You can bend it any way you need to, any shape. And you can see it will reach this vase, and you can get all the corners and give it a good scrub. You always want to make sure your vase is clean enough to drink out of so that your flowers will last longer. An Effordent tablet, if you have something stuck you can't get out, let it soak for overnight and then wash it out with your vase brush the next day, and that will get a lot of that hard water stains off. $11.16 is the price of this on sale, and it makes a great stocking stuffer, and I'm sure everybody's thinking about that one person that would really need this and use it. Now we have our florist knife. This is a Swiss-made knife, and this, if you've ever seen a florist do arrangements, which we've done a lot of garden club and garden events where there are a lot of florists doing demos, and they just go through and cut their stuff like this, and it just makes such quick work of it. And they just love their florist knife, and you can have one too. It's $23.96. Again, it's Swiss made, and it will last a lifetime, and it just makes arranging a little bit easier for you. All right, the stem stripper. Let's see, we're gonna strip some holly. So this is our stem stripper. It comes packaged like this, and it works great for roses, for all of those awful thorns on roses, but you can also use it to strip anything that has a lot of greenery on it.
And a tough stem.
And a tough stem. I mean, sunflowers, if you're doing a lot of stripping, this will really save your hand. So you just simply put your stem right here in the middle, and you just give it a good grip, and you just pull down.
Bingo!
You see, it's got everything in there. And it just strips it all off. So this is a great tool to have in your arsenal. You want to put this in your arranging bag, and it really saves your hand. The stem stripper is $18.36 on sale. Now, you may, if you've been watching us for a while, you know that we usually try to do something with the flowers that we had left over. And last year was our year of dried flowers. Everything we had left over, we hung to dry. And now you can do it at home too. We have this beautiful drying rack, and it even comes with the little hooks for you to hang. So any flowers you get, you can hang in a place that's not getting direct sunlight. Warmer is better, but they'll dry anywhere. We're in an air-conditioned room, and our stuff just dried right here. But this little rack is very pretty to hang, so you can display your flowers while they're drying. And the herb and flower rack is $21.56. And again, it comes with the little hooks for you to hang the flowers on. And here's a picture of it in use. So that person that does love flowers, this would be a great gift for them to be able to get a second use out of them. Now, we want you to stock up for savings.
Yeah.
So we have, what, sister, the nutrient mix?
Yeah, now is the time to think about, you know, when you go to need this in the spring, you're going to say, why in the world didn't I buy that before, back on sale? So we're going to start off with the DIY blocking mix. And this is what came in that kit I was showing you earlier. You can buy them individually. It's got 50% green sand and 50% rock phosphate, and its powder is what makes it, that's what's so hard to find. And so this is to add to your cocoa fiber or peat moss and compost to make blocking mix. So this is on sale for $15.96, has the recipe right on the front of the bag for blocking mix, and this will go a long way. It actually makes 12 recipes. A recipe typically makes 500 to 600 little blocks, y'all. So it goes a really long way. Now, biodegradable film, we call it mulch film. What I had to train myself years ago, mulch just means anything that covers the soil. We all think of bark, right, or that kind of thing. So this is the biodegradable film. It comes with a black side and a light side. This time of the year, when we're making beds for fall and winter and very early spring plantings, we always make the bed with the black side up so we can maximize the sun. But when we're in the heat of summer and we're making beds, we make it with the light side up. That can cool the surface up to 20 degrees down, lower than it was if it was on this side, right? And so this comes, it's biodegradable. It comes in a 20-foot piece and a 50-foot piece. It's all 48 inches wide. The 20-footer is on sale for $11.96. The 50-pack is $19.96. You can mulch on top of it or not. It's your choice, but this is the biodegradable film, and you will be glad you've got it to block weed seeds from sprouting. All right, floating row cover. So this is the lightweight cover, which is the size that we use here on the farm. It's all 83 inches, which is about 6.5 feet. It comes in a 20-foot piece for $10.60. These are the sale prices, y'all. What a deal. The 50-footer is $21.56, and then we have the 100-foot piece for $34.36, and we have even longer pieces available over on our website. They're all on sale, y'all. If it's in stock, it's on sale. So get the lightweight row cover. We are heading into that season, right? And then how do we hold that down? How do I secure the floating row cover in my garden? That's when I use the anchor bags. This is what they look like when they come to you. We fill them with either sand, soil, or gravel. It's got a string to be tied off at the top. A 10-pack is $8.76. A 30-pack is $23.66. And a 60-bag pack is $42.05. Now is the time. You never have enough anchor bags. Ever have I ever mentioned those words. Never have I had enough. We'll remind everybody that to be included in the giveaway, hit the button right now, and that'll put you on the wait list. That just means it's the list that we use to pick from at the end of the show. So check that out, and I hope that you are one lucky person. And remember, if you have questions for me, post it in the comments, put @Lisa, and put whatever your question is, and I will answer a few of those at the very end. You know, we always tell you about storing your seeds properly before I show you some flowers. And this is part of it. These are desiccants. They absorb moisture like humidity and condensation. And so a 2-pack of these is $2.36, or a 10-pack is $9.44. We use these to keep our seeds dry, but you know what else I use them for? I keep them in the cabinet with my dried flowers. Like all the Gumphrina that I'm getting ready to make wreaths out of, they have these laying in there just to absorb any moisture to keep them fresh and clean. Now, you guys may or may not know that I plant the same seeds here on my farm that y'all are buying from my website. We no longer buy bulk seed here for the farm. We just send our order list up to the warehouse, and I'm starting from the same seeds that you are. And I just love doing that. I know that way I'm making sure that, you know, all the seed counts are, you know, accuracy and all those things. And so we just love using the same seeds that you are. Now, we have our seed collection. Seed collections are a great way to get somebody started growing flowers. Think a pack of gloves and one of these. So the first one we have is the cold hardy. These are the ones that are cool season hardy annual. All of these can be direct sown in the garden. Has a little suggested garden diagram on the back. Has some additional instructions inside. So all of these collections are $21.56 each. And what a great option that is. So that's the cool flowers. Then we have the Planet Pink. This is warm season. This is something to be started in spring. And so this is an all pink. This is a breast cancer honorarium. It has another suggested little diagram of how, and the diagrams are 3 foot by 10 foot, y'all. These are the perfect home gardener size, and it has additional instructions. And then, of course, this is our top seller. This is the Cut Flower Garden seed collection. The 6 workhorses of my flower farm. Again, a suggested diagram. This is a great place for somebody to get started, right? And these can be started indoors or even direct sown out in the garden. And then here is a really fun one, especially if you have any kiddos in your garden. This is the sunflower seed collection. And this has 6 different sunflowers, which you can cut them, or you can leave them in the garden for the finches and the birds to come feast, and it is just so fun to watch. It too has a suggested diagram with some additional instructions inside. And this one is really a lot of fun. And then if you're a flower farmer or a budding flower farmer or somebody that needs a lot of sunflowers, this is our sunflower succession seed collection. This has 6 of the sunflowers that we succession plant here on my farm. Each pack has 200 seeds. This collection is actually $58.36. This is 1,200 sunflower seeds in this collection. So it's enough for a gardener or a small grower to go through the summer perhaps with successions. And you will absolutely, it's got some additional instructions inside. So that is the sunflower succession seed collection is $58.36. Now, I want to show you, so we had our first hard frost last Friday. And so I went out and cut the flowers of those. A couple will survive a little bit, but they get really tainted, right? They get really damaged. This is our crane white ornamental kale. Some people call them cabbages. Great stem lengths on this, y'all. These are the perfect bouquet size.
I just love how small these are. They're just precious.
I mean, these are probably, and I told you earlier that I was going to tell you a little bit more about what my thoughts are on cabbage. I think that the white is hands down the most useful, because now that Thanksgiving is done, that the Thanksgiving weekend is done, people are not thinking, in my opinion, this color, which I'll show you in just a minute. But this white, they can use this for Christmas, right? So this is just a great color, and the size is just perfect. So this is the crane white. Get your seeds for next year, and you will have that too. So that's white. This is the red. And so you can see that this has, different color. It's got darker foliage, and it's red. And in its own right, this stuff is gorgeous too. But I think that people are thinking less of this color, and now they're on to holly and red bushiness. And then there's this one that's called the rose, which is just a little bit lighter. I mean, look at this, y'all. How beautiful. And the stem length is pretty phenomenal. These were like the leftovers. I had already harvested the lion's share of this, but they were just beautiful, and I could not bring them in here and show it to you guys. All right, so here's the thing that I want to go find me the one that's got the most in. There's a white one over there. So I'm highlighting this because it's on sale, and you're going to need this next year. This is the only pesticide that I will use if I need to use something. It is organic certified. It's called Dipel. It's a powder that you mix with water. And why do we feel the need? If you get damage to any of your brassicas, the inchworm that gets in your broccoli and your cauliflower, if you grow those, same little booger does this. See these holes in the foliage? Just chew marks. They do so much damage. Chances are good, if you're selling cut flowers, you're going to need to treat your kale with the Dipel, which is a type of BT. You mix it with water and you spray it on. I did it once a week. It only targets the insect that actually ingests the foliage. They have to eat the foliage to get the effects of this, and it eliminates them. Those inchworms are the baby larva of the moth that's flying around that you see in the fall. So get it while it's on sale is what I'm telling you, because there is nothing more disappointing than this after you grow gorgeous kale. And so here's the rest of what I'm going to be showing you, but I'm going to keep this handful together. First off, how beautiful is this? I mean, this is literally the handful I went out and cut. So first up in this little group of snapdragons is the Madam Butterfly. I don't know if you can see her right here. She's got double ruffles, and actually here's a white one. Maybe you can see that better. Look at this white one right here. This is Madam Butterfly, the mix. These were planted for fall blooming. This is not what I planted that's going to be blooming next spring. That's a different crop, right? Those are planted in a different place. These guys were planted to bloom now. So that's Madam Butterfly. And there's one Chantilly snap here. I'm really showing you this to show there's so many different snapdragons. This is the Chantilly. See it right here? It's an open-faced bloom. It doesn't have the little knot, the little chin down here. And Chantilly is the first snap to bloom in my garden. And then we also have the Opus mix in here, which is this lavender color. This is the standard snap. See how it has that little chin right there? I mean, that's what every snap looks like, right? In great colors. So all of these were planted midsummer for fall blooming, right? And then I am still bringing out of the garden, y'all, this Ageratum. Ageratum is just such a great annual. And then, of course, I'm a huge fan of marigolds. This is the Cocoa Yellow. Look how big that booger is. Look, he's almost as big as my hand. This is the Cocoa Yellow. And then over here, this is the Cocoa Gold. It comes in all the standard colors. The Cocoa series has big bomb blooms. They're so beautiful. And then, of course, the Cocoa Orange, y'all. Where would we be without orange? I think nope, there's not another. That's the only orange there. And these were just a great fall crop. Totally love them. I was really not expecting to get such gorgeous snaps last Friday. They were so tall, y'all, too. They were just so great. And then the last crop that I'm going to show you is my rooster peppers. I'm currently making wreaths out of these guys. This is one of the chili peppers, but this one is selected for its great use as cut flowers. All the fruit is at the top of the stem, so it's super easy to strip, which makes it profitable to be able to grow it, but there's so many ways you can use it. We use it green all summer, and then when it goes red, we use it red in fresh bouquets, but then we harvest it and make little bunches, and we make these wreaths. This is just on one of those grapevine wreaths with the flexi tie holding it on, and they are just spectacular. This is a great cash crop for flower farmers, and that is the rooster pepper. We did have that seed grown for us, which just means there's no more available unless we have somebody grow it for us again. So get that while it is available. So friends, it's time to wrap up, and be sure to stick around to the very end for the live Q&A. And just want to remind everybody that over at thegardenersworkshop.com, we have so much stuff for you guys, including a bunch of free resources. At thegardenersworkshop.com, there's videos, blogs. You can connect with both of our podcasts because we have two. We have Field and Garden that I host, as well as we have Seed Talk with Lisa and Lane. And this week on Instagram, I am hosting this Wednesday at 3 o'clock over on Instagram under the Gardener's Workshop Farm, and come check me out over there. So let's just review what the deals are here, okay? Everything in stock products here inside the app are 20% off, and the bonus for Cyber Monday is when you spend $75 in product, and you use this coupon code, Thankful10, you get additional $10 off of $75 product orders or more, right? That excludes any pre-orders, calendars, the courses, club membership, gift certificates, and prior purchases, and it cannot be combined with other offers. And this offer, the 20% off store-wide and the coupon, expires tonight at midnight. So be sure you get all your shopping done today. And also remember, our whole website over at thegardenersworkshop.com is also all the in-stock products are on sale. And so remember to meet us back here Wednesday evening. I'm back to doing my live at 8 o'clock. And then Friday at 12 noon, we will be back at it. And I want to mention, you want to be sure that the notifications are turned on for your phone, because I do pop-ups, and I'm telling you, I have a really special pop-up that I'm going to be doing this week. You do not want to miss it. You don't want to catch it on the replay, because I'm telling you, it'll be amazing. It'll be amazing. So turn your notifications on so you don't miss out on that special pop-up. And y'all, we have a winner of our $25 store credit, and I sure hope you're here. And so our winner that's getting a $25 present from us is Cynthia Baker. Cynthia Baker, if you are here, please give us a shout out in the comments to say, hey, I'm here. And the girls will literally drop $25 right into your cart, so you'll have a credit when you go to shop. So friends, if you're heading out, thanks for joining us. But stick around, because now I'm going to do a little Q&A with you guys. Let's see what we have here. Same zone as you here in North Carolina. Had 2 or 3 frosts thus far. If I have a week or two free of frost or freeze, can I still plant crimson clover, cover crop? She's here. Congratulations. So they are literally dropping that into your cart right now. And thank you so much for participating. We love that. So thank you so much. So I can answer this from firsthand experience because, we have clover planted all over our farm at this time of the year. I had a spot that we planted late, but I actually planted it like probably 3 weeks ago. I did get great germination, but it's still just about this big. The problem with planting late, you certainly can try it. But if you're like us, I was counting on having some warm afternoons to push it along, which is kind of happening. You just need, and you would have to, I bet if you entered into a search engine, what temperature does crimson clover need to germinate? And that'll tell you the science of what temperature it needs to actually sprout. And if you don't think you're going to get that, then I wouldn't do it. We got it because we, like you, I saw the 10-day outlook and thought, okay, I'm going to plant it. But now it's not growing up. And if it doesn't grow up, it doesn't do the job of why you plant it in the fall, to protect the soil, right? So take a look at that and see. That'll help you make the decision. How long will it take for the biofilm to start decomposing? Can I put it out now for late winter or early spring planting, or will it decompose before that? That's a really great question. We make, first off, it can be affected by your weather and your temperatures. However, I'm in the South and we get a lot of rain, so I feel like I'm in the kind of the quickest decomposition situation that people would face. And so we make all of our beds in the fall for the fall planting, as well as for the very early spring planting. There's an empty bed sitting out on my farm right now that will just sit there all winter. And we go out and plant it in mid-February and early March, and it does great. It holds up. So what happens is you plant it in very early spring, and then within a couple of months, the canopy's up and over it, and you don't even know or notice the film underneath. But normally, it's pretty intact, except where people put their feet on it and rip the sides potentially. So 6 months is what they say, 6 to 9 months, I think. Sorry, I do not know the name of that holly tree. Literally, I bought those at a dime store about 30 years ago, literally for like 25 cents. They were leftovers. So I'm sorry, I cannot advise on that. My fall planted pot marigolds have buds. Should I cut them? So the reason you don't want to potentially pinch, which is what you would be doing, whenever something shoots and starts buds, you want to remove them as if they were just being cut as a cut flower, so that the repeat bloomer will come from the right place on the plant. You don't want to do that if winter hasn't set in where you are and they've started to go dormant, because if you pinch and it's still warm outside, that's just going to tell your plant, we need more of those. So I would just leave it potentially, unless it's over 12 inches tall and you just don't want to get wind whipping that could rock the roots of your plant. But yeah, so I say leave them unless you absolutely have to, and I would wait until the temperatures drop. Oh, here's a good one. Well, I want to do the poppy one too. We are having temps in the 30s during the day and 20s at night. Would you uncover during the day and water and then recover for night? Okay, so that's kind of where we're just coming out of right now. 30s and 20s, mine just stay covered. And you don't need to take it down during the day, and we don't water during this time of the year unless we're having a total drought and the ground is not moist at all. Because what you'll find is when it rains, snows, or ices, or you watered at planting time, that stays moist for so much longer than in dry conditions because the temperatures are so low. So I would check to see, do you really need to be watering at all? Unless maybe are you watering direct seeded that haven't sprouted, and they are not going to sprout at those temperatures, I can tell you that. But we don't take covers up and down. We just leave them up in those types. I don't take them back down until we go over 50s. Okay, I hope that helps. I have tried to grow poppies, so far unsuccessful. Any tips? Yes, I'm a pro at sowing poppies. Particularly this year, took me 3 times because of a mean little squirrel. So Iceland poppy seeds are tiny. Iceland poppies love it cool to cold, not warm to cool, because they're Iceland poppies, right? That's really Iceland, right? So they're surface sown, which is what messes up a lot of people. So I sowed mine on the surface, firmed them in, but I didn't cover them. And then because we live in an old pecan orchard here, the squirrels are always burying pecans. And so they just really wreaked havoc. So then I replanted them again. And I still didn't cover, I didn't take my own medicine, y'all. I didn't cover them. And he did it again. I mean, I could eat this squirrel at this point. And then I said, okay, Bobo, I am hooping and covering this little section of this big garden just to keep the squirrel out. And I now have Iceland poppies that are about this tall. So most people sow them too early when it's warm outside. A lot of times they cover them and they shouldn't be covered. I, in fact, like to top the top 1 or 2 inches of my bed with potting soil to have nice fine bed, and that's what I sow poppies into. Make my little trough and all of that and have great germination. Will the dye pail work for grasshoppers as well? No. So BT, any type of organic products are very species specific. It's like there's other worms that could eat your foliage that might not be affected by the BT. There is a BT that is for grasshoppers, but for reasons unknown to me, it's outlawed in our state. Many states don't allow it in. I'm not sure what's behind that. I'm sure it's a good reason. So no, it does not work for grasshoppers. All right, my friends, we are going to wrap it up with that. I hope that was helpful. And friends, I just absolutely love giving and receiving useful Christmas gifts. And that's what we feel like we offer here. Stuff that is problem solving for people and just to really help them to do something more in their garden or to learn. I mean, the gift of a book could literally change somebody's life. And because gardening is where it's at, y'all, it makes you just have a better day. So, my friends, until we meet again, remember all the specials go off at midnight tonight. So hop to it. Remember, same sale is over on our website, and I hope to see you on Wednesday.